Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM theory grades. Once you've finished your music theory and practice workbook, past papers are an excellent revision resource, and I've worked with you from 2014 all the way through to 2018, and now I'm thrilled to be able to bring 2019 to you as well. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets that you can download in US letter or A4 to accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and hints on how to best be prepared for your exam and how to make the best use of your time on exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated, and please do share out the videos. And now we're going to complete paper A of the 2019 grade 2 practice papers. So if you turn with me to page 6, we're going to look at question 9. And these questions are going to be relating to this little melody here. So let's get cracking on this. In fact, I would just say perhaps have a go of this on your own first of all. Just try and see if you can just have a go at it, and then come back into the video and check your answers through. It's much better to learn by your mistakes. So then, question 1. Answer true or false to this sentence. All of the notes, so absolutely every note in the bars 1 to 4 of this melody, can be found in the key of C major. So let's have a look. C major, we know, has a key signature of no sharps or flats. So no sharps or flats is the only way that can be possible. And at a glance, straight away, we can see here there's a G sharp. And so although there's a key signature of nothing, all of the notes are not part of C major because C major would not have a G sharp in it. So that statement is false. Actually, it's A minor then, isn't it? The related minor key. Let's make a bit of extra revision here, because A minor is related to C major, but there's your raised 7th to show the harmonic minor. Raised 7th. So, pressing on. So complete this sentence. The triplet in bar 7, so have a little look. This triplet here, we have a triplet of 3 quavers, 3/8 notes. So it means 3 quavers in the time of, so we could either say, we know it's 3 in the time of 2. So we could either say 3 quavers in the time of 2 quavers, or alternatively, if you use the different terminology, you'd say 2 8th notes. Oh, I suppose we should write the words there. Let's do this properly. 2 8th notes. Or alternatively, for the same amount of time, 2 quavers is the same as 1 crotchet beat. Or you would say 1 quarter note. So any one of those is kind of saying the same thing. So any one of those answers would be acceptable. So pressing on, give the time name. So it's either crotchet, quarter note, quaver, 8th note, whatever terminology you feel comfortable with, of the longest note in the melody. So let's have a look. So glancing through line 1, the minim is the longest. But if we keep going to the end, we have a dotted minim here. And if you remember, a dot after a note makes it half as long again. So that's got to be the longest. And actually, it's made even longer by this pause mark as well, which means hold it for longer than its given value. So it's got to be bar 8. Oh, sorry, we're not looking at the bar. So it's a dotted minim, isn't it? We're giving the time name, aren't we, not the bar number. Yep, read the question carefully. Okay, so, I think I've just answered this. In which bar is the player told to pause or hold on to a note? And so from your musical directions and performance directions, we see that's a pause mark. The technical name, the Italian name, is fermata. It just means to pause and hold the note longer. Bit of an arty, hold it on till you think it's done its job. So there we go, bar 8, that one we do name the bar. And so now we've got to read through the melody and decide which bar number will be the loudest. So we start off mezzo forte, but this here means crescendo. So we're gradually getting louder. That's the symbol that's the same as the word. So this is forte, which is louder than we began, but let's see what happens afterwards. We've still got another crescendo here until we get fortissimo, which is very loud. So bar 6 has reached sort of the climax. That's the loudest point of the piece. That's the musical pinnacle. And then it fades away again. So it's going to be bar 6, isn't it? So bar 6, there we go. Now then, the last question is 10 marks for just copying. That's almost 10 marks for free if we just be careful. You must always use pencil, whatever you're doing, and that way you can always erase your mistakes. So you need a nice sharp pencil to get absolutely full marks, because neatness and accuracy is absolutely paramount here for all of those marks. Let's not throw any marks away. And also keep your eyes peeled to make sure you're copying the correct bit of music. In this case, we're copying from the beginning to the end of bar 4, but that isn't always the case. Sometimes we might be starting at a later point, so just be careful there. And they even give you a checklist to make sure you've got all the details. They've really helped you as much as possible here. And so we're copying from the start of bar 1 to the end of bar 4. So basically we're copying this first line. And so what I do, just to make sure I'm not going to lose any marks at all, I keep everything aligned with their version. That way I know I'm not going to run out of space in a bar, and also I'm not going to get lost wondering which note I'm on, because I've sort of gone off track and I can't keep track on which note I'm on. So here, just keep everything nicely aligned. And so because it's bar 1, we're going to need all of that information here. If we were starting at bar 5, we wouldn't need these little bits. So literally copy what you see. If it helps you, even put the bar numbers. If that helps you, you won't get penalised for doing those little bits. So we want a treble clef. You can do this in any order you like. I just prefer to take things one step at a time. So I'm going to do the blobs first of all. I just get everything sort of in place so I know I've got everything sort of mapped out correctly. Sort of getting the nuts and bolts in place. Going down in step. So now back up a step. Sharpen down a step. Back up in step. No, not quite a step, jumping over to the space, next door, and then all the way down to G. So I know everything's all nicely placed. So now I'm going to do the stems. As I said, you can do this in any order you like. So use a ruler by all means. I'm just trying to be a little bit quick so you're not watching me copying. So here the stems have got to come down, because just worth spending a moment here. Here, although these notes are below the middle line, these are going to have to give way to these later notes and have the stems coming down, because they're kind of outvoted, because this note here is 1, 2, 3, 4 away from the middle line. And so it kind of needs it more than these do. So it kind of outvotes these, which are only really just 1 or 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Whereas this is 1, 2, 3, 4 steps away. So that sort of outvotes it. That's why we've had to opt for the stems to come down. It's always a matter of making these revision exercises from the past papers. Just squeeze every drop and look into every aspect and make the most of it. There we go. So now I've just got all the musical bits and bobs to put in. So I'll put the slurs. Oh, one there. And then staccato. Accent. Now the dynamic markings. F. Dolce. Remember from your previous question. So let's think about it. Let's do a bit of revision. Mezzo forte is sort of literally middle loud, moderately loud. Dolce, sweetly. And then we have a crescendo. Forte, loud, so gradually getting louder. There's our accent mark. And then now we have our tempo direction, allegretto. Now allegro means fast. Allegretto sort of qualifies that and it becomes fairly fast. So I think we've squeezed every drop of information out of that as revision, and I think that's all copied down. So let's just check. So we have the clef, yes, the clef, the time signature, the tempo marking allegretto, the dynamics, I've just put those in, and all other details. And so that's job done. That's the end of that question, and that's the end of that paper. I do hope that's helpful to you. I hope that it's helping you with your studies. I also hope that you're enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please do share out the videos. And also please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the free resource and information that's available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.